Y'all, Douglas Cooling and Eating bringing you the show tonight. What a wonderful operation Jay's got set up over there. This company's just grown and grown over the years. They've been taking care of me for 16 years, and I've thrown everything at them. Different houses, different situations, different properties. Some of it urgent, some of it's just routine maintenance. But it's nice to know you have an expert that just knows what they're doing and treats your property with respect and helps you in the long run. All this house maintenance stuff is just like your personal health. You got to do the maintenance. You got to stay on top of things and don't let things slide because you eventually pay for it now or you pay for it later in a bigger way when something goes wrong. So do the maintenance, take care of your system. We've had some pretty tragic fires. I was thinking about this today. We've had one down in Shelby County and others. This time of the year, when we start getting that cold weather in here, people that forget how it's done from season to season or their system has some kind of disrepair. There could be fire hazards. And man, you don't want to live with that. It's calldouglas.com. That easy. Calldouglas.com. Get them over to your house. They've got a plumbing division as well, and they'll come and take care of all your plumbing stuff. If you wind up with a pipe issue, we do have in our forecast this weekend, I think it's Sunday night into Monday, we could actually dip down into the teens. They keep going back and forth as to how cold it'll get this weekend, but we've got a big blast on the way in. So take care of what you got to take care of. If you do wind up in trouble, know that Douglas does plumbing too. Call Douglas.com, license number 2017181. Well, it looks like it's legit. This video that just popped, have you looked at it yet, AJ? This video that just popped out on the online, I suppose the Department of Defense released it. This is some testosterone-filled action movie, United States military badassery. That's all I'm going to say.
I got to check this out.
See if you can look at it real quick. I want your cold reaction. So what you see, I'll just give you a play-by-play. It looks like this perhaps was shot with a drone that was following the helicopters. This could have been a shot from another helicopter, but I imagine it was a drone getting that close to the other helicopters. But you see the United States military rappelling, or some people call it fast roping, down to the surface of the ship, complete gear, tacked out. They've got night vision goggles on their helmets, but I don't know. Perhaps that's because when they get down into the ship and get out of the daylight. But they absolutely come in and in quick fashion take control of this ship. You see a lot of waves. The ship's pitching and yawing all over the place that you can see from the level shot of the drone. And it's kind of just chopped together. It's not a complete shot. It's sort of almost an action sequence. And then, I now see it was shot from the bottom of a helicopter. The last shot in the clip, you can see the camera rotating on the bottom of the helicopter. You see the wheels of the chopper. These guys are awesome. I'm imagining these are going to be Navy SEALs that launched off another Navy craft and took control of this oil tanker. But now we need to know why and what's going on with this, and hopefully those answers will come in the next hour and a half. We'll be looking out for it. The other breaking news as well. Leland Live, Talk 99.5. Y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all get back in here. Lanius Furniture Company bringing you the show tonight. I'm going to spell it for you in case you want to go to the website and look up some of the brands. You're going to recognize all of these brands at Lanius. It's just what they do. They sell the top stuff, quality stuff at good prices and tons of selection. So they've got such a big store, and it's not just that store. That thing's almost an acre, but it's the warehousing operation that's associated with it and their ability to manage all that. That gives them, when you can handle that kind of weight and you can bring it into Alabama, you can buy in bulk. And when you can buy in bulk, you can get better deals from the manufacturers, the good manufacturers, the ones that create the newest styles and have things you want in your home. And that's what they do. They've been doing it for 91 years. And this Christmas, they've got incredible deals on the Lazy Boys going down right now and through Christmas. So go get lined up with them. That is a huge gift. It is a nice gift, and they'll bring it to you, or you can pick it up and hide it somewhere and surprise somebody for Christmas. That's a big old thing to try to surprise somebody for Christmas with. A Lazy Boy from the store that has more Lazy Boys than Lazy Boy, Lanius Furniture Company, L-A-U-N-I-U-S, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. All right, I'm back to Venezuelan boat story. I can't get away from it. I just saw a statement from Pam Bondi, and I clicked on it. And you know what I did, AJ? I had it pulled up, ready to read verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the boat.
Yeah.
Then I hit refresh.
And it's gone.
Gone.
Yep.
I hate algorithms, man. I don't care. Some football coach got fired, so it just keeps throwing it up on my screen. I don't care about the football coach. I just want to watch and read what I want to watch and read. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm scrollopotamus right now trying to pull the Pam Bondi statement back up. But when I read it briefly, as we were coming back from the break just a second ago, she talked about Homeland Security and the FBI and others were involved in the takedown of this boat. That tells me, this wasn't just a military operation following the policy of maybe the Secretary of State and thus the president to have some kind of embargo or blockade because it was an oil tanker. It tells me you got Pam Bondi putting statements out that the issue is criminal somehow, which also seems to indicate, based on especially the way Trump said everybody would understand once they produce the evidence to the rest of the country. I think they're smuggling fentanyl on these boats. It would make sense they would try to do it that way, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, excuse my voice, but I see what she had wrote.
Today, playing the role of AJ is Fred Sanford from Sanford and Son.
Oh, wow. You got to do an old
Well, I was trying to do the old man. Okay, fine. George Burns.
Hey, there you go. Sound like I smoke a whole bunch of cigars.
You also sound like a tranny, so keep going.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, okay. She said, with support from the Department of War, executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. For multiple years, the oil tanker has been sanctioned by the United States due to its involvement in an illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations.
Hallelujah. Okay, that clears a lot of stuff up. It is criminal, but it's oil criminal. Okay, so let's talk about that. Good job, AJ. Go rest your voice. You made it through that. I feel for you, brother. Everybody in this business feels for you when you're straining at it and trying to get words out. AJ's been under the weather a little bit. So we're going after the sanctioned oil. So let's take a few steps back and try to talk about that as best we can. We do these sanctions as economic pressure all over the world. We've done it with the Iranians. Somehow there was a connection there between the Iranians and Venezuela. And so, but we never really enforce it. We're counting on the world economic community through the banking system. We rarely would send the military to say, you're not selling any more oil, but then we catch them doing it, and then it's just a pressure campaign. What Trump has done is strap on the Kiwis and go, no, go seize the ship. Or what at least the authorities here that are acting on previously invoked sanction and the authority that comes from that, take the tanker, stop the oil from flowing. There's international sanctions or sanctions on the part of the government of the United States. That who knows how far that gets traced back when you both deal with the Iranians and the Venezuelans. I mentioned it earlier. The Chinese play around in Venezuela. The Russians have used it as a beachhead for operations. The Iranians have escaped a lot of the oil sanctions over the years when we were pressuring them to get rid of the nuclear program. And then, of course, we took care of that by also having the military just go blow Fordham up, ended the discussion. It's just, bam, the discussion's over. Next. And so now it's enforcing this kind of action to put pressure on probably both Iran and Venezuela at the same time. This is utterly fascinating. And once again, the video that was released by the military, I'm assuming it's by the military, of us seizing the assets is nothing but pure drama. I'm trying to think of how this is going to get spun. And they will. They'll come up with some way to hate this operation, too, in terms of Trump's critics. They'll probably say, where's the video of the drug boat blowing up? You show us the video of this, but where's the drug boat? Just wait. I'm waiting on it. It'll probably happen before we get off the air tonight. Storm Restoration Roofing. Let's talk about your roof and Greg Nelson and his remarkable company. It was good to hang out with Greg last Friday. I love getting to hang out with our sponsors that keep us on the air. And he's offered the roof cleaning service for a while now, but he's re-emphasizing it because it's a good time of year to get stuff like that done. Let me explain. If you got a north-facing roof slope in particular, you wind up with these chronic problems, whether you have trees or not. I had this exact situation a couple of years ago. Before I got to know Greg and didn't even know he offered this service. But they do this low-pressure cleaning technique that really uses solvents that are designed to eat away at that black, streaky stuff. I don't know if it's mold or fungus, but it'll grow on the northern part of your roof. It's because I would assume it's got to do with sun exposure. I know that part of my roof, it completely faces north, doesn't get any sun hardly any parts of the day. I've got a lot of trees that block the sunlight. And it looked bad on one side. The other side of the house looked brand new. So the cleaning was very much effective. Looks like a brand new roof. What I didn't understand from Greg, he said sometimes some insurance companies will do surveillance using satellite technology to examine your roof and see and try to determine from there, without sending somebody out, what the life is, how much life is left on your roof. Does that make sense? So when they're getting ready to honor a claim, if you do have damage or something goes wrong, they'll say, well, you only had 2 years left on that roof anyway. It was about gone. Based on visual observation from the air that could be deceiving because you got this black stuff all over your roof. Does that make sense? So get it clean. Keep it looking fresh. And, of course, you can do that with the services of Greg Nelson. Now, he is a first-rate, top-notch quality human being. And when you got somebody like that, they're going to work hard for you and do the right thing. By everything you need with your roof work, whether it's a new install, which I'm looking at getting him to help me with one of those projects. I don't even think he knows that yet. I'm about to send him a text. Whether it be a replacement situation because of age or damage as we get into the secondary storm season. We've been pretty lucky this year with no major storm outbreaks, but winter's not completely settled in, so we have to watch for that this time of the year. If you do wind up in trouble because of damage or just time to get one replaced, Greg's the man to do that roof project. He and his sons and his family. He's even got his daughters involved. One of his daughters was at the event the other night, and he's got her helping him with interaction with the insurance companies and the adjusters. It's a family business, a couple of generations deep that know their stuff. Greg himself is going on 30 years in the business, and he's ready to come help you and help you even with financing your deductible. If you got one of these high insurance deductibles, and you got to come out of pocket and it's preventing you from going ahead and making a move, let Greg help you with that. He is a total pro. Storm Restoration Roofing. He works on a phone number. And even if you don't have any of these problems right now, you don't need any of these services, take my advice, put this in a list on your phone of experts on your house. And we got a lot of them here on the show. And if you need something, you get them over there. Storm Restoration, 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531, Storm Restoration Roofing. All right, y'all, 449 as we troll right along here on this Wednesday. Huey Tampon next up here on the show. Tommy's just got a great little operation over there. I didn't know there was a gun shop of this caliber over in Hueytown until Tommy reached out to me and I went over and I'm be honest with you, I'm like some of you, I was like a pawn shop. Well, it is a pawn shop. They started as a pawn shop, and that's how they're known in the area. So they've kept the name all these years. But over time, they got deeper and deeper into the gun business. The next thing you knew, Tommy's he and his team they're blacksmiths. They're gunsmiths. I guess they could make you some horseshoes as well. But they do gunsmithing, so they can do things that you need. It's kind of a dual purpose because they do keep a nice selection of pre-owned inventory in the shop all the time from people that bring things in. But they got into having a new supply chain, and so that's to your advantage. They had a big blowout sale, of course, right before Black Friday and during Black Friday. Tommy said that was off the chain. I think he finally sold those Winchester safes. That was a great deal, $499.99 for those huge safes. If he's got any, check in with him. I hadn't heard from Tommy today about that, but man, they're running stuff throughout the store for the rest of Christmas, especially if you got a hunter. Now they've got, some stores are a little more oriented toward hunting, and some stores are a little more toward the tactical stuff. And Tommy's got a nice balance of both. So if you're into all the hunting supplies and all the different brands, for example, Ruger, they've got the Ruger Gen 2 and the Browning X bolts and the A bolts on sale, 10% off those. Here's an actual price for you. The Ruger American Gen 2 rifles are now only $539 in all the calibers that they carry. These are solid, wonderful hunting rifles from a trusted American brand. So look out to Ruger and look at some of those. Look at some of those rifles at that price. That is a great price, y'all. It is Hueytown Pawn. They're on Brook Lane Drive, of course, in Hueytown. Go see them. A little out of the way for some of you, but worth the drive, and you'll find a good selection. The best part is you get to know Tommy, and you get to know Adam and the whole team. And when you got a personal relationship right there, Tommy can track things down for you. From time to time, they get these nice pistol deals. I'll go ahead and tell you, I really wasn't even in the market for any handguns, but I bought 2 from him since they came on the show just because the prices were that good. I mean, I couldn't turn it down. I was standing there going, put one of those in the bag. So, and one other thing about them, they have stocked up on sound suppression. And as the tax stamp comes off in January, a lot of folks, that's going to drive demand in the market. And so knowing that, they went and bought up as much inventory as they could because the manufacturers are having trouble keeping up with all the demand all over the country. So they're outfitted. They got a whole vault full of sound suppression if you're interested in that. And everything in between. It's just good to have that kind of expertise available to you. Hueytown Pawn. Y'all reach out to him, Hueytown Pawn. Well, I got Tina Payne coming on the show here in a little bit. She is downstairs. Let me send her a message and let her know. There's nobody in the building. Is anybody left in here?
You and I.
It's the holidays, and we had a building full of people earlier today because we had a company lunch. And Tina's going to come on with us to talk about the Blue Light special next hour, so y'all hang on for that. That is a cool show. You ladies want to get in on it, and it's always good to visit with her. But she is downstairs, and I've got to talk for 7 more minutes. Unless you want to do it. You don't have a voice.
Yeah, I could go get her.
You'd have to abandon your post. I told her I'd come get her in 10 minutes. Yeah, we got this. The building's pretty secure and pretty tight. No, that's all right. That's all right. Are you going to go get her? No, I was going to talk to you about the company lunch. Hold on before you go get Tina. I already told her it'd be 10 minutes.
All right.
So we had a nice lunch today.
Yeah, we did.
And it was different food. It was catered in. I forget the name of the caterer, but they did a nice job. They were out of Leeds. Mm-hmm. And we had some chicken marsala. It was kind of like a Thanksgiving meal. It knocked me out. I went down to my office. I almost want to take a nap.
Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't eat like a full plate. I just took a couple of bites of the sweet potato.
That was some good stuff.
Casserole, the mac and cheese, which they did a great job. I've never really been a fan of green bean casserole.
We had a nice discussion about that. Is that a white people thing?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
Drika Ray had never had it, and she couldn't figure out why it was even there, and then she tried it and liked it.
Yeah.
So she was excited. She goes, that's just not our people's thing. I was like, I had no idea that had racial connotation.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Jell-O mold, casserole,
Are you saying those are white folks' holiday foods?
Yeah, green bean casserole, rice in the potato salad.
Y'all know what I mean? The green beans with the onions on top.
Yeah.
My mom makes that a lot.
Yeah, see, I never had
See,
that.
my people love that stuff.
Yeah. Out of all the Thanksgivings I've been to, that look like me, never does
What would a black
green bean
Thanksgiving
casserole
have that we're missing?
I mean, obviously, you got to have the greens. Greens got to be there.
You mean like turnip greens, cooked down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With
Collard greens?
Collard greens.
Yeah.
No sweet potato. Now there's two
I'm
ways
big
you
on
do sweet potato
man.
casserole.
Yeah,
you know?
sweet potato, that's the thing.
You got the ones with the marshmallows on top, and then you obviously got the ones with the
It's universal.
pecans.
It's
Yeah.
universal.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do the potato salad, as long as it doesn't have like the little raisins in it.
I don't do that
stuff.
either. I don't
Yeah.
like that. No, you don't need fruit in there.
Yeah,
We didn't do potato salad today, though, did we?
No.
We had mac and cheese.
Had mac and cheese.
Outstanding.
Had a nice little crustification on top.
Is that mac and cheese universal? Are we universal now between all the
Well, it
cultures?
depends, because sometimes the mac and cheese can be a little runny.
Yeah, I don't like sloppy mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Bunch of cheeses in it. I'm like Sir Mix-a-Lot with the mac and thick and round. Jessica I actually found this guy cooking mac and cheese because her kids love it. And this guy was like, if you have somebody in your life that loves mac and cheese, don't ever make this because you'll never quit having to make it. They'll want you to make it all the time. So that hooked me. So I said, I'm going to click on this video. I saw the words go on the screen, so I clicked on there. And then I just forwarded it to her. I said, hey, you might want to see this recipe. I never do that. I'm not a recipe guy.
Yeah.
And this dude was like 7 different cheeses. And I think there's some cayenne in there too.
Oh, yeah.
It was good stuff. It was good stuff. She made a gigantic oil tanker plate full. I mean, I think that it sat in the refrigerator forever because we tried it about 5 times. It was just too much mac and cheese.
Oh, man. Look.
She could have fed 37 people on this mac and cheese.
Look, there's never a day I ever heard anyone say it's too much mac and cheese. The cheesiest, the better.
Yeah.
And you got to have that crustification. You can't be all just.
I agree that top needs to be kind of baked on there.
Yeah.
But look, it was a cultural shock to me to hear my black coworkers talk about green beans being a very foreign thing. I thought we were all Southerners. I thought it was just a Southern thing because we all eat the same thing. Now, Northerners come in here and don't realize we love the same foods.
Right.
We're a Southern culture. In addition, there's derivations of it. But I had no idea green beans was a dividing line.
Well, no, not green beans. Green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole.
Right, because there is green beans there
with the cream of mushroom and the onions on top.
Right.
I really think that's us defensively trying to get out of some other green items that people just don't want on their plate. It's like, for me, I don't like collard greens. Would never eat them. Don't like the smell of them. Don't want them in the house. But my family would eat them. Growing up, my family ate them. My grandfather loved them.
Yeah, look, and I get it. You may like certain foods.
Yep.
But don't come to me and be like, oh, you never tried it? Well, look, you haven't had mine. Like,
oh, yeah, all the time.
Like that's really going to make me be like, okay, that's going to change my mind.
But can we all agree that no matter what it is we're forced to eat sometimes at a company thing or at home, none of us will ever be Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, having to eat the Somali goulash that day.
Oh, yeah.
And try not to puke on camera.
That's real good. Get this camera off me.
That was – I'm going to think about that for at least the rest of this year. That made my night last Friday night.
Right.
To watch him over and over try to shove that nastiness in his face. And he has it coming too. All right, so there's a holiday food discussion I didn't even see coming. By the way, you know what's funny about leftovers? So they always bring the extra stuff from the company lunches and put it in the break room so people can kind of graze the rest of the day. And isn't it funny how food goes from 1 minute being the most appetizing thing? We were all hungry. It was lunch. Everybody was in line. That stuff smelled so good. We had such a nice lunch. Now, this afternoon, I walk in the break room, and I'm like, whoa. It's not the food or how it was prepared. It's just been sitting out uncovered since 11:30 today.
Oh, yeah. And look, when people come in, like the late crew used to come in, and they'd get a plate and eat. I'm like, yo,
man, that stuff's been flies.
Yeah,
we got cockroaches the size of a chihuahua walking around here.
Man, we got these ladybug things, you know. eat that on your own discretion. But don't come to me.
Quick break. We'll go take a little walk, go get Tina Payne. We're going to talk about her show coming up this Saturday. More on the Venezuelan boat seizure, too, if we get it. This is pretty dramatic stuff back here in a minute, Leland Live.